SirenSong lover, gonna hop in. We're gonna talk about life today. I don't know how much energy clear I'm gonna be doing, or not energy clear, but how much tarot I'm gonna be doing today. It's gonna be probably a lot of energy clear. So alright, hello, it's Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. Gonna come in, we're gonna talk about some stuff today. Do an energy clear. If you're in here, please drop a chat, like drop a hi in the chat. Let me know you're in. I'm freaking exhausted today, so if I'm moving slow or just kind of, it's been a long day, it's been a long night. My body's doing some stuff. I had a bunch of dreams last night, and dreams always leave me exhausted. I don't just get messages during the day, I also get a lot of messages in my sleep. I have prophetic dreams, which I would love to talk about if anybody's interested in that. Or, hi, I'm Mordecai. Or we're going to talk about dreams today. So, and all that jazz. How was your sleep last night, Mordecai? On the bottom is Crystal Quartz Focus. Hey, Serendips. How are you? How are you feeling, my love? I'm freaking exhausted this morning. Okay, my love. Mordecai, my suggestion, I need you to get some rocks, baby. I know that sounds so, rocks. And I'll show you. Let me go grab one really quick. Hold on. I have to go to the closest point I have it. So it's in a weird spot. Okay, so in order to like reduce nightmares, what I do is, this is obsidian. So any black stone works pretty well for this. So obsidian, black tourmaline, smoky quartz is good too, but obsidian and black tourmaline are probably about the least expensive. And what I do with these is I put them in each of the corners of my house. And I also put them in each of the corners, like the farthest corners of my room. And then because my nightmares got really bad. So like I still have dreams and I still have nightmares, but they've reduced a lot. And that's because I started gritting. So then I also take and I place each one of these around my bedpost. So that way it helps kind of absorb that energy intensity that comes towards me. So yeah, these, I mean, I pick up and I give a lot of these to my clients when they're local. So I pick them up on Amazon. I also pick them up in the local crystal stores. But black obsidian, and I can drop that in the chat too, if you would like. So that way it gives a little bit better instruction, but if that would help you. So that's an easy fix for me, is just taking black rocks and meditating on them. And then yeah, so no, we're gonna grade out so that this kind of catches before you get there. You want to pray and meditate on your intentions with the stones when you set them. But like I say, you're gonna put black obsidian in each of the rooms. In the corners, you're going to put them in your bedroom. And then I would also do around your bedpost. These, typically, black obsidian's pretty inexpensive. Like a stone like this, I think is probably $1 or $2 a piece. I don't know, maybe more than that. But it's, out of all the crystals you could use for it, it's probably the most inexpensive. And like I say, I can drop that in the chat for you if you wish. Or I'll just drop it in the chat. But give me a moment while I replace that and wash my hands. Okay. More time, I had the most bizarre dreams last night with my kids, my ex, chimps, a dead chimp, and all kinds of things. So it was a very active night. My prophetic dreams come true though. And I would love to tell you about one. I'm going to drop that in the chat about the black stones in the corner. And then I'll tell you about my past prophetic dream and how I know that they come true. So, sitting. So for me, because my dreams are completely bizarro, out of control. So I'll talk about the prophetic dream I had 2 years ago. And I can go back and actually pull the date if I need. Actually, I can go back and pull the date if I need to. I know the date. But that prophetic dream I had 2 years ago that really woke me up. So my family had been wagging their tongue at me. But it was all lies. Like they were spreading lies on me about my mental stability, that I was a drug addict, that I was a prostitute, that I was this, that, and the other thing. And they had stolen something from me. In that dream, or a few days before that dream, I had dreams of my son stealing something important from me. Which now, when I look at my family involvement, they were stealing. They were trying to forge my signatures on documents. They were stealing. I did not. I am so sorry, Serendips. I will have to... Will you send that to me through Discord, please, love? Anyway, so my family had forged my signatures. They were trying to make me, because they wanted money. They wanted money off of my passing. So they were trying to get me, and they didn't want me speaking about the abuse. So they were abusing me. They were abusing my children. It was not good. Anyway, so in that dream, my son had stolen something from me. And then a few days later, I had the dream where my son was there, my brother was there, and I had these dreams of these two. No, so this dream is from 2 years ago. This is kind of what started off, because I've now seen the messages from this prophecy come through. So my brother was there, my son was there, but they live in a different state, and it didn't make sense. But there were these two old cats there, and the one cat was this, he looked Maine Coon. Hold on one moment. Okay. I am going to have to go back and definitely look that. So in that dream, I had met two old primordial cats, and one was a ginger cat and one was a black cat. And the black cat is what stuck out to me, and you could tell he was old, he was ancient, and he had this huge, beautiful fur, but it was like, you could tell he was old. And he had a nail in his tongue, which, if you know, old school punishment for blasphemy was to put a nail in your tongue. So you can't wag your tongue. So since that point, because my family had done a lot of damage and I wasn't awake to it at that point because I didn't know, my family, my son, my brother, all of the people in my family that were trying to spread lies and wildfire about me, their nail had been their tongue had been nailed to their mouth. And it didn't make sense at the time, and it wasn't happening at the time. And my family still said some stuff, but because it's all been lies about me, it hasn't been able to gain foothold. Like, they're wagging their tongue, but no one's truly, like, people are starting to see through it. So the cat struck out to me was the black cat, and I never had a black cat, but he felt very familiar. And not even 6 months after that, after moving into my new digs, I adopted a black cat and a orange cat. And it was like I dreamt those kitties into existence off of that dream. Like, they were coming to me. So, and ironically, like I call them the twins. They're Aries, very passionate, very fiery. Yeah. Well, so it gets even, I have 5 cats now. I've actually, one of my kitties took a spiritual attack for me and passed away in January, and it was heartbreaking. But I never had a black cat before. So when I met Abel and Cain, because I named them Abel and Cain, but I didn't spell it like Abel and Cain, but and I come from the family of Cain. I also come from the family of carpenters. So I carry some weird bloodline shit in me. My whole family is attacking me. My whole family is attacking me. And then they got my friends in on it. They got my kids in on it. They got my ex in on it. They got everyone. And I'm so fucking tired. My family is attacking me because they don't want me to save my children. They don't want me to tarnish their reputation because they're all pedophiles and killers and drug addicts. And then they try to pin that on me. I'm not any of those things. I've never been any of those things. They've been trying to, they steal from me. They silence me. My whole family. And I know it seems like such a huge story, yet I'm not alone. There are a lot of us out here that are being targeted and gang stalked by our families because we were the ones that would no longer tolerate the abuse. So it's my family that's attacking me, and I'm so fucking tired of it because law enforcement won't do anything. The legal judicial system won't do anything. It's infuriating. It's infuriating. I could read the text that was sent from my son so that you can know how horrible that is. And then there's been so many men that I've tried to date that then they attack me. Like, they join forces with my family to just be absolutely degrading, disgusting, awful human beings. Like, the crap that I've gone through in the last 3 to 4 years, and the crap that, like, the people that loved me the most were supposed to, like, be there for me have done the worst to me. And I'm tired because there's nowhere to turn. And because I have an online presence, they heavily suppress and watch and stalk, and then they like to pop up so that they know that I know that they're watching. So even trying to build my business, because that's one of the things, like when we went for the court custody, they drugged my work into the courtroom and then like blasted me. So I can't even truly work because then they turn around and they use it against me in my custody case to try and question my stability and if I'm on drugs. I'm not on drugs. I'm not crazy. I've been abused. And I'm so tired. And like I say, like, the people that I love the most showed me the worst, and it's been awful. All I've ever wanted in my life is peace. And all I've ever left anywhere in is in pieces. And I realized that the people that always said I was too much were the people that were giving me nothing. They were actually taking from me. Thank you. So today's, ironically, so I woke up exhausted this morning and I couldn't figure out why. Well, I've been running, just constantly running. And then Mother Nature decided to do some things for me. So like, and then I was exhausted, and then I had to remind myself, like, hey girl, you need to actually rest. So when I went back to sleep this morning, like I say, I woke up completely just drained. And then I did some heavy energy work before I went to sleep. Right, this morning, back to sleep, and that prophetic dream came out. So it's been not only am I exhausted from being a girl, I'm also exhausted from dreams. I'm exhausted from having... I have whole families that banded together. I have whole groups and societies that banded together to come against me. The other part of it is who is attacking me. I didn't know anything about the Freemasons at all. And in November of 2021, I initiated a wedding for the Freemasons. And they pegged me as a high priestess, which at the time I didn't understand or felt like I embodied. But once I got pegged by the Freemasons as a high priestess and I didn't want to join their club, then they all kind of came against me too. And there's a lot of Freemasons. There's a lot of that no one realizes. And they're everywhere. And they're in everything. And there are different varying levels of intelligence and knowing. Because the lower level guys have no fucking idea why they're attacking me. They just know that they need to attack me. So there's that. And I have receipts for all that too. So that's like something that's not... Like, I have initiated a wedding for Freemasons. I did become a target to them because they didn't like the message that I had. And then subsequently, a lot of their buddies have just constantly come after me. So it's something. I need to. I'm exhausted. Like, I'm barely on right now. Like, I just kind of rolled up out of bed. I didn't do any of my stuff that I normally do this morning. I'm exhausted. And I hate admitting that. I'm scared. I hate admitting that. I need help. I hate admitting that. I've always had to be the strong one. And I'm so tired of being strong. Like, even as a little kid, I had to be strong. I'm a hot mess. Yep. That is one I call on often, Serendips. I call on, and that's actually more of a Scorpio deity, which I love because, Scorpio heavy for me. I don't know. Like, the problem is... Hold on. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to my sunny day, man. I have so many people with their fucking foot on my neck. One person, that's the thing I don't get, right? Like, how scary is one tiny woman, because I'm not very big. I have so many people that have come against one woman. How does it make sense? Like, it would have been easier to work with me than all of this stuff that they've done. And the amount of time, money, energy, manpower that they've taken to try and control and distinguish me is just mind-blowing. The amount of people that are watching, the amount of, like I say, the money, the time, the people, like, they have their hands in the legal system, they have their hands in police officers, they have their, like... It's staggering.
the sunny day would be being free. Myself and those I love the most being free. That would be the sunny day. And not having to worry about our home and not having to worry about, like, I'm tired as a woman of having to be strong against men. Like, men were supposed to be my provider and my protector and my leader. And I've had to play both my whole life since I was, like, a little kid. Like, my mom didn't protect me. My dad didn't protect me. They were the ones that were assaulting me. And then pimping me out to everyone else. Like, hold on. Of course, these were also the people that told me, like, oh, leave the past in the past, and other people have it worse, and you have to, like, these were also the people with, like, the whole God helps those that help themselves, but they were the ones that were helping themselves to me. And if you want something, you have to work for it. I would work for it, and then they would steal it from me. And again, then turn around and be like, oh, leave the past in the past. And it's like, nothing's made me happy today. And honestly, I haven't been, other than the brief moment the other day where I got a little breath, nothing's made me happy in a minute. They took everything from me that meant anything and that I loved. And then they refused to return it. They would actually rather bury me than ever do right. And I'm so tired of that. I smile a lot. I laugh a lot. Like, I'm okay, but I haven't been okay. I'm not okay. And I haven't been okay for a long time. And this isn't, again, this isn't like mental illness talking. This is like, I've been heavily under abuse my whole entire life. And it's only gotten worse the more I tried to get away from it and free myself. Like, the harder... Like, the more I try to get away from them and free myself, the harder that they cling on to me. My dog freaking out is not making me happy. The financial stress is not making me happy. Being apart from the people that I love and want to protect the most is not making me happy. Yeah. I'm beyond stressed out. I need help. And I'm tired of asking for help and getting hurt instead. And I know that, like, there are good people out there, but I need help. I'm exhausted. I need actual physical, like, help and protection and provision from another person. And I know that sounds, whatever that sounds like, but I'm tired of doing all the work alone. A comment that was made earlier was that busy, and it's like, yes, I'm always busy. Like, I don't ever get rest. I don't get rest during the day. I don't get rest in my dreams. And I do need a part, and I've got so many things to help the world and humanity, like so many projects to help on the grand scale. And I'm at the point in my journey where I actually need physical help getting it out. And it's just... they want me to give up. And to be honest, like, I want to give up. And yet, God won't let me. Universe won't let me. My own silly heart won't let me. Like, I wanted to give up since I was a little kid. And, one of the most recent interactions with my most recent ex, and he had said something about be safe because the roads were dangerous. And it was like, at this point, death was a far kinder fate than anything I've ever gone through since I was a little kid. I know that sounds grim, but death was far kinder than anything they've ever done to me or they keep doing to me. And yet, my silly heart keeps going. Yeah. I don't know. In past lives, I have met harsh ends, so this isn't my first life of abuse, and it's not my first life of being exploited. I do want it to be the last, though, and I want to free myself and those I love. And then I want to get the fuck out of here. Yeah. Anyway, let me take a few bites, because I'm a hot mess. To tell you how stressful the last 4 years have been, I have lost 90 pounds. Actually, you know what? That's a fib. As of... because I kept losing weight. So, in the last 4 years, I lost, as of yesterday, 98 pounds. Due to stress and abuse and everything that's happened with all of this. Hi, yes, Ira. You came in, I'm a mess. It was a busy night for dreams, and my threshold for life and stress has reached its peak. So, I'm a mess. I want to do more than cry. I want to burn the whole fucking ground to the world. I know that sounds vengeful and harsh, and no, it's like I'm crying because I've been so angry. I'm exhausted, but know that when I get back up, I'm going to have mud in my teeth and tears in my eyes, but I'm going to thug it out. I'm just, yeah. That is the thing. Imagine how beautiful I'll be when I don't have to cry. Or I'm not constantly stressed the fuck out. Like, anyway. Okay. I'm enjoying my poor man's meal of toast, butter, and hot jelly. I was lucky I had any kind of jelly because it normally doesn't last or it goes bad before it gets eaten. It depends. If my kids are into it, it doesn't last. If I'm into it, it doesn't get eaten because eating's been challenging. The other part of it, no, I want a fucking burger. I want a cheeseburger. I just can't afford it. I want a steak. I just can't afford it. I want Greek food. it's a good meal. It's just, I want something with more sustenance, like a good Greek salad with some chicken. Sounds fucking amazing right now. So it'll be Jamba Juice for you. I love Serendips. Or not Jamba Juice, I guess. Wherever a smoothie place, you probably don't have Jamba Juice there. I remember when my son got his wisdom teeth pulled, and he wanted to fist fight the nurse and I. And then we were in the car, and my son's not lovey at all. But he's like, I love you. And I'm like, that was a fun experience. I remember when I got my wisdom teeth pulled, I was hungry. I wanted to eat. Okay. I know that was all a hot mess. I'm trying to calm down, clear out. Thank you guys for going through all that emotional roller coaster with me. Part of this is okay, good. I've come to, I've known about this realization, but it's really just kind of hit home. I'm one of the women that's here to wake up the masculines. Because the masculines are waking up and they're pissed. Because they've been lied to. They've been in bondage. They're going to want to know what's going on. So my job as a feminine in realizing that. And the masculines, the masculines that are awake, our job is to help the other masculines and the feminines that are waking up to kind of help them ease into this transition. I wish I was desensitized to trauma. I wish I was, but I'm constantly being traumatized. And it's taking its toll. I was desensitized to trauma, and that's how I checked out, out of my spiritual journey. I was desensitized to the trauma for 30, almost 40 years. Because I checked out. I fractaled. But this has been the part of the soul healing where it's no, we need to come back in. We need to feel every freaking thing in our body so that we can release it. Okay. I'm going to talk about oil pulling for a minute. And oil pulling. And I love... Okay, so Zyra, this is... Oil pulling is for those that don't have dental insurance. So here's an extreme cheapskate move. Because I lost dental insurance, so... I started oil pulling for that. Let me grab some of the supplies to show you guys, and then we'll talk about it. It's a lot of supplies, so bear with me. Kind of a lot of supplies, but okay. So, for oil pulling, oh, excuse me. All right. So, oil pulling is an Ayurvedic practice. I know. Yes.
Paired on me. And my burps are confirmation for me. So if I burp, that's like a confirmation. Or if I'm thinking about something and I burp, that's confirmation for me. So it's like I hate burping. I hated burping as a kid. I hate burping now. My kids hate burping, but that's like our confirmation sign. If we're on to something, our burps are our confirmation. And I'll pull burps out of freaking nowhere. I hate sneezing. I not hate it, but it's just not my favorite. Okay, so Ayurvedic practice of oil pulling. So if you do not have dental insurance, this is where we don't have dental insurance, but we have mouth problems. This is beneficial, okay? So coconut oil is probably about the best, but you can use any which one that's preferable to you. So oil you want to use to pull, and you're going to put about a tablespoon or however much you can handle in your mouth and swish it around for as long as you can. Hiya, itchy. So you'll pull for as long as you can. And then what you're going to do is don't spit that in the sink. So, hiya, light seeker. Glad to see you, my love. So oil pull, like I say, put it in your mouth. Pull for as long as you can, and then you're going to spit it out. I spit it into when I'm outside, I just spit it outside on the ground. And then what you're going to do, this is a bonus tip I added because cloves are also antibacterial. They've got a lot of great properties. So and before I brush, I chew on whole cloves. And the beauty of cloves too, if you want to dominate, like speak strongly, chewing on cloves helps with that. So oil pull, cloves, okay? And then after that, now mind you, my water pick's broken, unfortunately. Yeah, I'm baking soda. My water pick's broken. It broke a few weeks ago. I haven't been able to afford to replace it. I've been more worried about eating and making sure my animals are taken care of. So water pick to rinse all that out. And then I like to brush afterwards bentonite clay, because this remineralizes your teeth. So what I do for this, actually I've started adding clove powder and bentonite clay to brush my teeth with afterwards. Why are you asking for fucking with you right now? No, we're trying to help give you inexpensive ways to save your teeth, man. This is, so like, oil, this shit, like the most expensive part of all of this is the water pick. But the oil's inexpensive, the cloves inexpensive. You can get a bentonite clay, like the bentonite clay, the bag off of Amazon, I think it was like 10 or, I think it was like 10 or 15 bucks, but it's lasted me for over a year. And I still have tons left. So all of this stuff is an inexpensive way to help clean up your system. The thing about oil pulling also, let me go put this stuff away and then I'll talk about oil pulling, because it's bigger than just the teeth part of it, because it's actually cleaning your sinuses too. Okay, so part of this, oil pulling, because your mouth is very rich in minerals, it's very viscous. I'm not messing with you, Mordecai. I swear by this. And I got my ex-boyfriend onto it too. But I swear by it. I'm not the only one that does. So I'm not messing with you, but it's a spectacular practice. I love it. It helps keeping me, it's kept me well. Like, it's helped reduce my illnesses. It's helped reduce my inflammation. Since I started oil pulling regularly, like my teeth have improved immensely. My sensitivity is improved. But so oil pulling, it pulls because the oil is sticky. So it pulls the bacteria out of your mouth. It pulls the bacteria out of your upper cavities, so your sinuses and everything. Yeah, it's sticky. I do like, I like charcoal too, but it's not as much. But that's my practice. I love it. So Mordecai, I know it sounds weird as hell, but once you start it, and if you can get into it, it's spectacular. I know when I started so this is part of it too. I know when I started oil pulling, you can feel your sinuses draining. So that's the, it sounds weird, but for me, I love it because I don't get sick. My teeth are better. When you chew on cloves, like I say, it gives you like it's a different vibration. So laugh at it as you may, but when you're in a week, you're doing it and you're like, oh, yeah. So that's oil pulling for, like I say, dental and health. It's not just dental. It's like overall systemic health. So I highly freaking recommend oil pulling all day long. And then that's full throttle. Energy drinks. I'm an energy drink girl. Let me just send one message real quick. I don't know why see, I don't do sugar free. When I read Same Love, I thought you said make love, and I was like, I would love to, but I don't have a partner. My mind, you know what? Mama needs love. I know that sounds awfully like, Mama needs love. It's a little challenging. You're up north. Yeah, so I'm not a huge health nut. I do try to clean up my shit. I know I vape. I know I do energy drinks. I love reducing my meat. I'm not quite full vegetarian, but I do points where I will intentionally not eat meat or eat less meat. And Mordecai, again, I can't get there, man. Like, if anybody wants to date me, they have to get to me, because I'm kind of married to this place for right now. Yeah. I'm working on getting my health better. I'm not quite there yet. Okay, so, I mean, the 3 Libras in the room are like, yes, we like better things, like health-wise. So I gave up drinking. I am completely sober that way. Right now I'm weed sober, which actually really pisses me off. And I vape. That's probably also why I've been having such a hard time, because I've been sober since last week, which doesn't sound like long, but I'm going through like withdrawals, or I don't know. It's been rough, and the temptation to find some green has been high, but I'm also like, well, I think right now I need to be sober and focused. So, that's where universe has guided me, so I guess that's where I'm at. Zyra, you missed my talk on my weird ass dream this morning. Oh, this also, I forgot to put this, and especially because my water pick's been broken, but I'll drop some of this. This is concentrated mouthwash. When you put some of this in your water pick and then rinse your mouth. And like, I don't dump that in the sink either. I throw all that outside. And that's definitely something we can talk about. If you're more interested, we can talk about that in Discord or wherever. Yeah. So Zyra, I definitely in the last 2 years have reduced my meat greatly. And I do notice that my body feels better when I don't eat meat. Or if I eat less meat or less red meat. But like today, so this is what I'm eating. But today especially, I want red meat. Like I want a fucking burger. I want a burger. I could probably eat a whole freaking cow today, actually. That's like where my appetite is at. Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah, no, Mordecai, just try, if you just take like a day and just cut out meat for a day, you'll know. So like for me, my body doesn't, like it's really hard for my body to process meat. So like when I cut out meat for a day, you don't have to, but just try it for a day and see if it helps increase your mental clarity, if it helps your body not struggle so much to digest. Because we got fear in it. Because we got fear. We have to feed it good stuff. It's kind of like Monsters, Inc. We get a lot farther when we're well taken care of instead of scared. Humans, animals, kids. So, serendips for me right now, today, just specifically, the red meat for iron is what I'm feeling. Like I need the today specifically I want red meat. I know it's gonna mess me up, but I probably need a good dose of iron. It's also why I'm freaking exhausted. And that's why I'm also like, I know I have a million things to do. I know I need to keep, like, I know I need to get going. But I'm also like, I need rest. I need meat. I need to take a minute. So, Mordecai, I like steak. I like the occasional steak. I just don't, I do a lot of meatless days because it feels better. Yeah, no, I really just want a huge burger, especially because I haven't been eating. I haven't been eating. So I know I can do it through spinach, but I'm a monster with my steak. I am a monster with my steak. That's trauma though, like from my family, because my family likes their steak. My family used to eat their food rare, and it grosses me out, especially because my family is a bunch of disgusting people that do disgusting things. So when I eat meat, and I love that I have some other people in my life like this too, like I like my shit well done. Yeah. I don't like rare. That's a family. I don't even normally like red meat, and that's trauma. That really is trauma based. But if I do eat red meat, it has to be like cooked. If it tastes like blood, I'm like, Yeah. And I've gotten to the point where I just won't, hiya, Kylie. I've gotten to the point where I just won't eat. If it's going to make me sick, I won't eat. But, I don't know. I may have to go in search of a burger today as inexpensively as possible. Okay. Oh, all right. I do tarot. We were just in here chatting. I do collective reads for free. Anything specific is done through donation or through like booking a reading. But I do collective reads here. Right now we are just kind of talking about everything in life that's been going on. We were talking about whatchamacallit? Oil pulling, which is a holistic practice and it's best when you don't have health insurance because it's inexpensive, but it really does help. So, yeah, I'm more about like how can we heal it naturally? How do we not take a pill? How do we not have surgery? How can we do it naturally? So, yep. I'm always going to be just like emotional stuff, I'm going to be like, okay, we're going to work on that, like dis-ease in our body. We work through the emotions instead of trying to reach for a pill. I mean, obviously if you need intervention, yes, but for the most part, it's how do we naturally work through it. It feels weird at first. Me now, like it's a kink doing it. Or, actually, you know what I love about oil pulling, Mordecai? Is because oil's expensive, and I'm not going to spit that out. So if I'm mad at someone, I will go put some oil in my mouth so I have, like, at least a good 15, 20 minutes that I can't talk, and I can't say shit that's going to get me in trouble. So I love oil pulling when I'm mad, because then there's a red cardinal out there. I won't spit out my oil for some stupid person that I want to say something bad to. So sometimes it's how do you calm yourself down for a few minutes. So oil pulling's that too. And I have very few routines. So oil pulling. So for me, yes. Oh my gosh. I hate using regular toothpaste now, especially because fluoride is rat poison. Fluoride was a byproduct of rat poison. So, I don't like most toothpaste anymore, and I definitely don't like fluoride toothpaste. Mordecai, for me, the red cardinal is my dad. So, like, I know my dad's around when I see the red cardinal. Zyra, if you would like to send those to me, I would love it. Hey, Mordecai, laugh about it until we get you doing it. Like, I'm going to do that one day and you're going to be like, oh my God, I feel so good. Yes. That's why. Okay, thank you. The pineal gland is our intuition. You have to wake it up. When you do fluoride, there are certain activities that you do that help calcify your pineal gland, which means you get stuck like the Tin Man, stuck like Chuck. Let's not do that. Cause when you can, oh my gosh. So the two, Ace of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles, since I pulled out the cards, we're going to be getting those financial offers and we're going to be sitting in our beautiful abundance. Okay. Send me a picture of that. I want to know what that looks like. So the Lovers on the bottom, Gemini. Or the Twins. Death. So Scorpio energy, we must let anything fall away that is not for us. So let it go. Let it go. I did it. 9 of Cups. It will bring in, let go of anything that's no longer working. It'll bring in that emotional stability. Because, I have to, Mordecai. You know. You love it. You love me. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Listen to all this weird stuff. I'm not picking on you, baby. I'm not picking on you. We're trying to help you grow. Trust me, if I don't like you, I just don't talk to you. If I didn't like you and you were in here chatting it up, I just wouldn't talk to you. So, if I'm talking to you, it's because I like you. If I don't, 2 of Swords, stalemate. We've come to that point in the road where we have to take that blindfold off of our eyes and decide what we need to do. This has been a huge one for me the last 2 days especially. I'm not a mean girl. I promise. Not unless you provoke me. I'm not a mean girl unless you provoke me. That's the thing. I'm such a passive aggressive typically that if I don't like you, I just pop smoke and disappear. That's the thing. Like, I'm not sitting here after a breakup and being like, oh, you're this, that, and no, I'm out. Like, most people don't even actually, that's what happens to a lot of guys with me. I'm not a mean girl. I just ghost. Like, they look up and I'm gone. And it happens even in stores. Like, I'll be in the store with someone and they'll look up and I'll have disappeared. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's, yeah, well. These are also, I ghost people that are dangerous. I ghost people that are dangerous. I have an example of that. I actually do have a very fresh dating example of that I can read on. 5 of Swords, moving away from that betrayal, that heartbreak, conflict, chaos. Keep moving. We're no longer going to sit in that energy. It has to change. 3 of Cups. We're going to be bringing in celebrations, happiness, wish fulfillment, love, friends, community. That's what we're bringing in here. We're bringing in community. Yeah, no, I am very powerful. Powerful enough that I can stand on my own without anyone and run away and have a bunch of people attack me and stalk me. That's the thing. I'm the queen at ghosting, which is what like my ex wanted me to do. But then that card fell on the floor. It's the Star, baby. That card fell out and it was the Star. You are heavy Aquarius energy. That's the water bearer. That's the water bearer. So it's how are we carrying our emotions? How are we holding space for it? Heavy air energy. That's the humanitarian. It's like, yes, this is going to suck, but we have to keep doing it. We have to do it. It's for the betterment of all of humanity and all of good. Oh, okay. And I love this because this came up this week. So especially because I have heavy Libras in here. So it's been a little rocky. I think that's how I ended up in my dream today in that weird situation, and I can talk about that. It was a lot of heavy solar plexus activation yesterday. Also during my cycle. So it's like I'm as the high priestess, my body is like doing some heavy purging everywhere. And I don't know. And apparently I was waiting for this because I know this is too much, because I'm a girl and a lot of you in here are boys, but my period was late, like really late. So it was like, apparently it was holding up all this time to be able to release at this point. And yeah. So I'm just like, I don't even know. I don't have any problems or like I don't have any reasons for it being late because that whole aspect's done in my life, but damn. Anyway, okay, so what I was going to mention that came to my attention this weekend, I've been sitting on it, and it really does make sense because I have a lot of signs around me that are this. So the 4 karmic signs, I don't mean karmic like we're karmic people, but the 4 signs that deliver karma, because we're like the last I normally have irregular, but this has been, like I say, I didn't realize how late I was until I went to track it. It's like, you are 8 days late. And I'm like, what? So apparently I decided to flow with whatever is going on in my life. I just take it as my body was getting ready to purge on a huge, because I know yesterday I was struggling with my solar plexus, and then I had huge dreams last night that were super weird. So it's like my whole body, I don't know, purged. It's also why I'm feeling pretty exhausted, overwhelmed, stressed the fuck out today. I don't know. Irregular cycles are normal. I know. But it was whatever I purged yesterday with my solar plexus problem and my female problems. And I had a horrible dream this morning, Zyra, that left me not horrible, but yeah. Okay. Let's hop back. Anyway, four karmic signs. These are the signs that, like, we're kind of like God's last chance. Like, if you fuck up with these signs, you're done. Like, we're like the final mercy call. So it's Libra, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Capricorn. We're the 4 karmic signs that if you mess with us, like, we were God's last chance to make it right. And I do see that a lot with, like, my own, I was married to a Scorpio, so I was like the Scorpio's karmic cleanup, and he was mine. And then, like, my most recent ex-boyfriend, his parents were Aquarius and Capricorn. So you definitely see those heavy pairings as, like, we're at the end of the line, man. You mess those signs up and you've really messed up. Okay, sorry, the red cardinal, Mordecai, since you're calling me from Michigan, the red cardinal was, like, sitting up there so beautiful. I had to go get a picture of her. And this one is a girl, I do believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's a boy. She's got, it looks male because it's bright, but it's got a more feminine. Oh, I still have to interpret the dream. You are calling me, but you're calling me from a state that I can't get to, man. You'd have to get to here. Which, if you're coming from Michigan, I have a friend up there. Can you bring her with you? Because she needs to get the fuck out of Michigan, too. So, Mordecai. Wheel of Fortune. Wheel of Fortune. So it's all changing in our favor. Yeah, Mordecai. Okay, yes, everybody actually should plan a trip to get here. And because I have a lot of stuff, I need a lot of help. Like, you know, multiple hands make light loads. Like, I've been wanting to actually do kind of like a workshop here, like a divine masculine workshop here. And, like, I want to do moon, like, I want to do moon phase stuff, like celebrations, festivals, all kinds of stuff, which it's just, I need help. Like, I need hands. So, on the bottom is the devil. What addictions do we need to let go of? What patterns do we need to say goodbye to? I mean, Mordecai, maybe the fact that the Michigan state bird is stalking me is saying that you do need to be here in Michigan. Me? Avoiding the term light work? Yeah, because I feel more like a shadow worker. I feel damned.
and I was raised in the shadows, so I don't ever feel like a light worker. I feel like the queen of the damned and a shadow worker. I know. I need to be here right now, too. That's the problem. The Empress sitting in our beautiful embodiment of divine femininity, knowing that we have everything that we want and need. We don't need to look any forward. Yeah. Well, so, like, I have, oh, no, I can't make it to Michigan right now. I was talking yesterday how I have, like, divine rage. Like, I have the divine feminine rage of all of the women from the beginning of time that have been enslaved and had our babies ripped out from our arms, and we've been raped and beaten and left for dead. Like, that's the rage that burns inside of me. And I fought that rage for so long. But I am tired, and the divine feminines they've shaken off their chains and they've gotten angry, or at least for me personally. It's like, I'm tired of being the Virgin Mary. No, I'm more like Kali Ma. I'm tired of being Eve. I'm more Lilith than I ever am Eve. I identify more with the Morrigan than I do the docile woman. And so finally, after so long, I've come to terms with, I've got anger and I've got rage, and there's nothing wrong with it. It's the anger and the rage of the feminines and the masculines that have been bound for too long. I don't know if that makes sense, or if that's I'm trying one person at a time. I need the men to break up, like, to help stand up and help me break this shit up, because women can't hold men accountable. Only other men can hold men accountable. So I need the men to start waking up and saying, hey, this isn't right. This isn't, like, we're harming the women, we're harming the children, we're harming the animals, we're harming other men, we're harming the environment. So this shit does need to break, but I need the men to stand up with me and say it needs to break, because my strength alone carries far, but I need the strength that men bring to the table. Mentally, physically, emotionally. So, I need you men. I need you men, I need you men. I need you men to bring your friends and start helping. So, Eight of Pentacles. I've been putting in the hard work. You've been putting in the hard work. We just gotta let our seeds grow, which is the point where I'm at. I'm just exhausted, and I'm trying to hold on while my seeds grow, and I'm scared, and I'm tired, and I need help. And I know I'm not the only one. Yeah, well, so here is the problem. These are people that they can't hold themselves accountable for their own actions. Yeah. I'm not saying it's you, baby. I'm just saying I need help with the collectives that can't hold themselves accountable, and everybody else seems to, like, that's the biggest part I've been holding, is that, like, my brother essayed me, and then he couldn't hold himself accountable, and my parents wouldn't hold him accountable, and then law won't hold him accountable, just like my dad couldn't control himself, and then my mom didn't hold him accountable, law wouldn't hold him accountable because they were doing it with him. So my ex-husband, he can't hold himself accountable. My kids won't hold him accountable, even though they see it, they know it. Law enforcement won't hold him accountable. So it's like, I know we all need to hold each other accountable, or hold ourselves accountable. And, like, I hold myself accountable. I hold myself for the parts that I do and I've done, but it's the ones that are around me that refuse to. And I removed myself from them, yet they still can't control themselves to stay away from me or control themselves. And I'm tired of being the one that's the recipient of the bad behavior. Like, my ex has been told to leave me alone, and he still stalks my socials.
my family's been told me to leave me alone, they still stalk my socials. They still harass me. So remember how I said, like, my business is online based. So they will go on my social media platforms and harass me. I can block them. I can do any of that, but they still come back. Like, I'm so fucking tired of that. I just want the people to leave me alone that are supposed to leave me alone. So, I know that's a huge rant, but unless I'm speaking on it, I don't really know how else I'm going to get help on it, because I've tried doing all that I can on my own, and I've tried speaking on it, but I don't get any help. And I speak on it, and I know it's uncomfortable, but it's like, I don't... yeah. I don't know if I'm going to make it, man. Like, I know help is on the way. I know we've got higher being help on the way. I know that's coming, but... and I baby step every day to get holding the line. I'm just so tired. I'm just tired. And I know that that's just... and I've been hearing help is on the way. I'm just tired. It's kind of like, I know I'm loved and I know I'm valuable. I know I'm valued. I'm just so tired. I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of being... I talked about this, and that was one of the things I said in the end with my ex. It was like I had to be both the man and the woman, and I was tired of having to be both. And especially for a man that said, like, it was like the man, he wanted to pretend like he was man on paper, but then wasn't. And it's like, I can't. Sorry. Okay. All right. I'm going to go into I had a dream last night. Okay, so I have a lot of cats. Yeah, equal would be good. I can't even get equal. I get, like... it's like I know, I hate talking about that part, but, like, it's like my last ex-boyfriend. He was young, and, like, he still lived with his mom, but he wanted to be treated like a woman. And it was just like, I've come to a point in my life where I only ever want to embody divine feminine. I know that sounds... I know we're supposed to be a share of both, but I've set in my masculine, like karmic wounded masculine my whole life, and my karmic wounded feminine, that I only ever want to set my divine feminine ever again. Like, I need that partner that we bring that out in each other. Yeah. See, that reminds me of Shrek. Man, and I do feel very Princess Fiona living in the swamp. I've got my own donkey. Not really. I mean, I have an archetype of donkey. Okay, so I am a strong woman, but the problem is I eat, like, soft men for breakfast, basically. Yeah, no. I don't ever throw... If you see me throwing hands, that's a problem. Because, if I get to I normally am... Like, I'm a peaceful person. If I have to throw hands, I'm not stopping. Like, if I get to the point of anger that I throw hands, that's seeing red. And once I see red, there's no coming back from that. So you do not want to ever see me get to that point. Yeah, well, so that is the whole trap of the patriarchy. They wanted everybody cut off from source. Because men that move in love are uncontrollable. So if you can cut a man off from the source, you can control him. And that is the most beautiful place to be, Zyra. That is the goal. I'm working on the divine like the masculine part of it, but I don't know. I need that masculine that can hold that space for me to be soft and beautiful and feminine. Because that space is, to see me in my feminine is a beautiful space. I'm not talking about you, Serendips. I'm talking about like the mass populace. Everybody's cut off from source. I know you're connected to source. I know anyone that's in here is connected to source like that, but it's, yeah. See, I come from past lives. I have like that deep ancient knowledge from past lives. But I don't have a lot of recent past lives. So let's talk about past lives for a second. Because I haven't been incarnating for a while. And this actual, this mission, I didn't come for this mission because I wanted to. This mission was for my twin. That's also what pisses me off. It was not like I came here because I wanted to. I came here for my twin. And humanity, but the twin. So my past life, the most recent past life, yeah. So my most recent past life was in New Orleans. We lived in New Orleans. I died in 1955. I was not this shade. I was definitely a hoodoo priestess. I need to get to New Orleans. That was my most recent past life, and that was my most recent past life with this motherfucker. I've been to New Orleans once for less than 24 hours. And that was on my brother's birthday, and my ex completely ruined it for me. He canceled because I was financially completely dependent upon him. He wouldn't help me book a flight home. He canceled my credit card. He canceled my hotel. He literally left me. No way. Anyway, so our most recent past life was in New Orleans. I was a prostitute. I was definitely into hoodoo, and I died in that lifetime. But I was apparently really tall and skinny and bleach blonde hair. Yeah. Ooh, Serendips. Yep. Okay. Can we work on some light codes later, please? Because I definitely am in need of some of that. Anyway, and then, so the past life, so that was the most recent past life. And that past life, I'm pretty sure, was to test the water to see if humanity was ready to be awoken. So it was like probably in 55 when I passed, it was like, okay, I know that we're about there. So that's probably where I got into this life with the twin, is because we probably were awake in 55 and realized that it was, if we were going to do our mission, this was the time. So, when Mordecai comes back, I'll talk about the other past life before that, because it's been a long time, like I say, since I've incarnated. All right, so my name's Lara Jo. Should you wish to book a reading, that can be done at SirenSongLover@yahoo.com. Please, if you would like to sew into my ministry, it is greatly appreciated. This is how I make my cash. I've been having challenges with that due to interference. That's the thing I also don't talk about, guys. They are in my electronics. They're constantly messing with my electronics. They're constantly watching my phone. I'm under surveillance. and it's yeah. So if you wish to donate to my ministry, it's greatly appreciated. That can be done at Cash App at SirenSong Lover, or Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. Ooh. Kid gloves off coming. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Like that. My God, Mike. My shuffle's weird right now. Hold on. Okay, Three of Pentacles. Our pentacles have been imbalanced. We're under the microscope, and that doesn't just do with swords, having to make those hard decisions, taking the blindfold off of our eyes to make those hard decisions. Yes, Ace of Pentacles, please, please, please. 10 of Swords, we've reached that point. Every sword has been in our back. The betrayal is strong. We cannot get up from this. So, 10 of Swords. Here's our swords, man. We get to take all those out of our back and use them to help free ourselves. I've been calling on Archangel Michael to use that sword to cut through with flaming vengeance. Anything that's keeping us held. The whole collective. It's not just me. And actually, before I woke up from, before I went to sleep and had that horrible dream this morning, I don't just clear for me. That's also, I clear for the whole fucking collective. Everyone that's in, I clear for. So it's but when I did that energetic work, before I took that nap earlier, I was asking Archangel Michael to clear us all from that collective web. Man, woman, child, everyone needs to be free. I'm not free till we're all free. And that's where it gets challenged. But it brings 10 of Cups, love, abundance, financial stability, love, stability, family, everything. So it's getting up off that ground, getting all those swords out of us. We will get love. All right. 6 of Cups. This is emotionally grounding, having stability. 2 of Pentacles. We're bringing our finances into balance. We are balancing out the ethereal and the physical, which is what we need to be doing, where we need to be going. Temperance on the bottom, so having patience. And then let's see what else we got. Okay, there was a bunch there. And these were kind of some of the ones that came out for us yesterday. So Temperance, using balance, patience. This is heavy Sagittarius energy. 7 of Cups, knowing what is in each one of our cups, all the options, all the choices, making sure we're making wise decisions. The Emperor, sitting in our embodiment, knowing what we want, taking charge of our life. Heavy Aries energy. Okay, so this is all heavy fire. Aries is fire. Yes. Aries is fire. Strength, we got Leo energy. Temperance is Sagittarius. Strength is Leo, having great strength and courage. Brings in the Lovers, Gemini. Again, both sides of the coin, both sides of nature, and Judgment is coming. The final straw, the final call. This very much does feel like a rescue mission. I don't know who's being rescued. I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the collective. I don't know. This definitely feels like a rescue mission. Like I say, I didn't incarnate this lifetime because I wanted to. I incarnated because it was important. And actually, so let's talk about that. So some of us do come in pairs, right? I was talking about my twin. Some of us really do come in pairs, and part of that is Earth is a boarding school. I always said Earth was a prison. No, Earth is a boarding school, and we're here to learn. This is our training grounds. When we come with twins, we can't, that's like our field trip buddy. And you know how, like, when you went on a field trip as a kid, you had to have, like, whoever was sitting in the seat next to you, they had to be accounted for. So I've come to the realization that with a twin, it's like, I don't get to leave unless they're there. If they're not on the bus, we don't move. It's kind of like when you go on a cruise, he didn't get back from port, I don't get to leave without him. So that's where I'm frustrated. I came to that realization also because weird similarities. And that's also why I haven't given up, because I know if I give up, that means my twins yanked out. And we came here to free. All right, Mordecai, I waited for you, man. I don't ever do that. So, let me take a drink of water. I'm going to talk about the next past life because I wanted you to hear about this, okay? Oh, I do want to see that really quick, though. Hold on. Okay. Let me check one other thing. Okay. Okay, so past lives. The most recent past life is... Oh, I'm sorry, my love. Good. Okay, so you, on your end, you've got a lot of water energy. But that's good, though. And Knight of Pentacles is moving. That's slowly building the finances, which is what we're meant. So, past life, Mordecai. That's not cool. Past life. So, the most recent one was in New Orleans, and that was where I think we were kind of, we were testing the waters to see if if the collective was ready. So probably in 55 when we incarnated out, we were realizing we were on the right track. Like it was about time to come back for this mission. Which again, this mission wasn't like, oh yeah, I love to do this. This is, I'm one of those people that I always take on the extra credit work, not because I need to, but because I can, and I'm bored with just normal mundane. So of course, even life path missions, I would choose the really hard paths. So and I think right after I incarnated out in 55, I think he and I probably incarnated, like we probably did like a little walk-in to some civil rights activists, like the Black Panther Party, because I do get feelings of that. Like I feel like probably in the 60s we did like a walk-in into some activists to be able to see if we could help guide that flow. And then the life before that, which is a huge life. And these are all stacked on top of each other. So that's where it also gets, yeah. So, Serendips, Mordecai already has a hard time being in here, hanging out with so many cool Libras. He loves us, and I love that he comes back to us. So, you know... Oh man. Okay, so the life before that, we had where we moved to, and I love that because we talked about astrocartography yesterday and how we're supposed to be in certain geographical places for our life. And so like moving here helped unlock some of that, because one of the people that was here and on my journey, she was in that past life, and that was a very hello, I love that you're in. Yes. Okay. So, Adolos Flow. I would thank you for jumping in, my love. And that's definitely something we can talk through, work through. We can work through that. And if you want to, my Discord's down in there at SirenSong Lover. We can definitely talk about that. We can talk about that here too. So after the one in 55, it was probably, and I actually have pictures of my shadow, because I disenfranchised from my shadow, and I'm getting there. Hold on. She came back, but that shadow came back. She was from a long time ago, and I can pull that picture up if you want. I can show you that. So this was over 300 years ago, and I was punished by my mother, like this lifetime, my mother. I was punished by my mother for loving my twin, because he was not, I was royalty. I was actual royalty. And she stripped me of my crown. And I literally was stripped of my crown. She stripped me of my crown. And my friend, I use that term loosely, because now I realize she's a karmic past life tie. She had whipped me in that. Like, I remember, because we had a healing session before I knew what the fuck was going on. We had a healing session, and it took me straight, like I jumped back to that, where I was standing in the mirror and my crown being ripped off of my head because I loved the wrong person, which also is in this lifetime. I loved the wrong person according to my family, and then being brutally lashed on my back. And when we did that jump, it was like I could feel, as I was being, like, my skin was being flayed. And that was the time before that 55. So it's like, when that happened in that lifetime, like I said, it was probably 300 or 400 years ago. And I was stripped of my crown and brutally beaten. And I stopped incarnating for a while, because it was like I knew that we were no near ready consciously to be able to wake up and release those bonds of servitude. So yeah, it's okay. So here's another part. The face that you have is the face of someone you loved in a past lifetime. And when I look at the people around me, because I've actually shown the picture of my daughter to someone before, and she's like, that's the face of your daughter. That was you from a different lifetime. So I do have another lifetime, because all the lifetimes, like, they back up on each other, right? But I do know that for a little bit, like, I stopped incarnating. I have been a slave, and my daughter actually looks like who I was in a past lifetime. So it's weird when I look at my daughter, because I absolutely adore my daughter. I absolutely adore her face. Like, my daughter is the embodiment of who I looked like in a past lifetime. And I'm not to be cocky, like, I have been beautiful in every lifetime, but yeah. It doesn't. Okay, Mordecai, all I've seen is, like, this much of you, but you don't have an ugly face from what I can see. So, get off. Get up off yourself. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of colonizers. And I am going to say that modern marriage is indentured servitude, at least for the women. I don't know how it is for the men, but like, my ex was definitely a driver, if that makes sense, in this life and in past lives. And, like, in past lives, he's been my pimp and I've been a prostitute, and I'm definitely trying to break that lifetime cycle, and he's definitely killed me in a lot of lifetimes. So there's a lot to work through. There's been a lot to work through. So I know you're handsome. All of you boys are handsome. I know. I've seen you all. I know y'all see me all the time, but I've seen y'all. And Mordecai, I've only seen a little snippet of you, but I know you're handsome too. So We all yeah, okay, so here's the thing. If you're in my collective, you're going to be beautiful. Period. My partners are beautiful too. Except for most of my partners are beautiful. And that's not because I'm shallow. That's just I attract partners that I'm equally yoked to. The self-deprecation. You know what, Mordecai? I'm going to tell you what I tell my boyfriend. Okay. So that's just like my own personal Discord is SirenSong Lover, and I'll drop that in. I don't know you. That's just me personally. This is just this chat here, but we talk kind of outside kind of thing. Okay. Yeah, but that's actually the point, though. We're supposed to be in here talking about spirituality, life, all of the integration, because it's all interwoven. So it's all very fine. And Adulthood, this is always like an open kind of discussion. So please come on in. If you can't tell, I'm a chatter. We're all kind of chatters. Yeah, jump on and I like parties. I'm one of those women, like, I need all the hands as possible. I'm not meaning to sound like, but I've realized that multiple people, like, the more the merrier. Maybe that's the Libra in me. It's always like, hey, how's it a party? That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So that is a beautiful dream, and you're right on the nose. I am like the shepherd. I am like, so for me, it's like, how do I get my flock home? So me, I'm trying to shepherd. I'm trying to be a good shepherd and get my flock home. It's very challenging because the flock is astray. The flock is fighting. Okay, so Adulthood flow. Cancer is what you present to the outside world. That's like your external appearance to the outside world. Your rising, that's like who you are when no one else is looking. That's like the truest form to yourself. So your true self and who you're meant to embody and be in this lifetime is your Libra. And then your moon sign, that's like your internal world. So that's like who you, when you're kind of, when you think no one's looking, that's like your internal chatter, your internal world. And you don't have to drop that, but just to give you like, oh, okay. And that's probably why you and I connect on that level, is because I'm a Pisces moon as well. And it can be chaotic and rough. So I've got Libra rising, I'm a Libra sun. And I've got a Pisces moon. So I love that we have those similarities there. So you are on the right vibe, on the right tribe, and I guarantee you're probably beautiful like the rest of us, so I love that. Mordecai, I'm going to tell you what I tell the other men in my life. If you're going to be stubborn, the beatings shall commence until your morale improves. So, yeah. If you're going to be a pain in the butt, we'll start the beatings. Okay? Haha, kidding. What else was I gonna add? I feel like I wanted to add something else to all of that. Mordecai, you're not ugly, baby. I know you're not ugly. So, The beating shall commence until morale improves. Okay. Queen of Wands. We're going to sit. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, feminine energy. We're going to sit in that beautiful embodiment of having everything that we want and need. I know. Gorgeous hair too. So, Queen of Wands, and it's got that kitty in there that kind of looks like my Mordecai. Yes, I know. So don't. And Mordecai, so since you want to be sassy, the beating shall commence until morale improves, sir. I don't want to threaten you with a good time, but improve your attitude. I'm vicious, though. You don't... Yeah. We're just playing a little. Hey, you have to get here, man. Yeah, no. You know what? That's just the tiny... I'm going to drop something really kind of personal. I do have more adult things. I do have crystal adult things, too. So when people are really uptight, I'm like, if you don't... Actually, let me figure out how I want to say that. There are certain crystal tools that's like your whole attitude would change if you had a crystal in your butt. Like, lighten up. So, I'm a witchy girl. We even have witchy tools. So, Mordecai would just, when I tell people to sit on shit and spin, sometimes I do mean that, and sometimes we use crystals for that. I can attest, it really does reset your chakras. So I know that's very personal and that's very graphic, but it works. That's probably why I need an attitude adjustment myself. Like, King of Cups, we're sitting in our divine abundance, our embodiment, our stability, our emotions. This is very masculine. You are okay being out in the ocean by yourself. You need no one else. So for a Dolos flow, this is like our Pisces moon. We're sitting in our masculine and saying, I don't need anyone else. We're also sitting in our feminine, fiery energy. Like, I've got everything. I'm stable. They're both beautiful on their own. Yes. I do Reiki as well. I do sound therapy. I do this. I do a lot of things. I wouldn't be using them on clients, but in your own personal practice, I can make some recommendations and some sales links as to where you can get some of these crystals. It does help. Like I say, when I purchased that and it was used, I was like, oh. But I haven't since then because I haven't really had the partner. Mordecai, are we making you blush? Are we making you blush? We are talking loud in here. Yeah, life's too short. Page of Cups, we've been in that emotional, like, we're not sure what we want to commit to. Is a fish too much? So we need to be cultivating those emotions. Seven of Swords, we've had deception, betrayal, heartbreak. We got to run away from it. Seven's all about, like, there's options, there's choices, but who's throwing it out? Come on, Mordecai. It's 2024, man. Get with the times. The girls... Okay, so No. Because it's all voluntary. It's all voluntary. You can leave at any time. Where was I going to go with that? Oh, as a female, I'm tired of denying my wants and needs. I am so sick and tired of that because women are told, you can't want that. No, I have great wants. I have great needs. I have great adventure in me, but I am tired of not being able to talk about relationships and sexuality and wants and needs. So it's 2024. We all need to start being able to have open conversations about relationships and our desires and what we're doing. Because, like, a lot of these boys that I've dated since leaving my ex, I realized that a lot of them like boys, which is fine. But don't date women if you hate women. So, yeah, no. I know you're joking, baby. It's just a good segue into what I've been feeling for a hot minute. Because it's like, I've met a lot of women that hate men, and I get that. And I've met a lot of men that hate women. I'm not saying you do like boys. I'm just saying I've met a lot of boys that's like, you hate women. Why are you trying to date women? Or you actually want to be with your homies, so why are you getting married and having kids? And that's where I got... Yeah, so I'm totally fully open with that. Like, I am a navigator type of woman, but I need the man that can provide, like, the protection and the, you know... I'm totally, like, I'm gonna drive that ship, but I do need someone to be, like, watching my 6 while I'm watching their 9, if that makes sense. Yeah. Yes. We need, like, authenticity. Okay, so we always talk about love and hate, right? So love and hate, they always say love is the stronger emotion. No, it's authenticity. So when we start doing those things that we truly love, that's the strongest emotion. Oh, please. I love when men drive too. Yeah, no, let's go. Yes. Okay. All right, you can drive. Just take directions, please, when you're driving. That's all I ask. I love men that drive. Please do. Just don't drive us straight to hell. That was the problem with my ex. He drove us straight to hell. 7 of Wands. There were too many burdens, too many passions, too many people coming at you. The Moon. There were too many secrets, deceptions. So this is Pisces right there. So Pisces, boom, 7 of Wands. We've had too many options coming at us. Serendips, you know where I'm at, man. I can navigate. I do need someone to drive the ship because I'm tired of driving. But I can definitely navigate. You just have to listen when I give you direction, because that's what I've been challenging with. We'll have to talk about that. There's a lot of weird synchronicities that come up between you and I, my friend. There's a lot of synchronicities that come up between all of us, which is, I love it, because it's like, once you start your hell, you'll find your tribe. 3 of Wands. We're building those foundations. We're building that structure. So let's go. All right. The Devil came out again. So addictions, letting go. This is Capricorn energy. Letting go of those things that are holding us in those stuck patterns with people, places, things that are no longer serving our cup or filling our needs. And who's working too hard? The Sun. The sun is coming out. We're gonna find happiness after all of this, and I love that for us. All right. I know I'm working too hard. Yeah. Normally they fall. Hello, Remicon. Normally they fly. My cards typically fly. So that's this is a quiet. Yeah. So for me, I'm working really hard because I'm doing a lot of group projects for a lot of people that can't show up. But I also know it's necessary. I kind of signed on for that. But I'm at the point now where people need to start doing their portion of the job. Nice to meet you, Remicon. I'm Lara Jo, SirenSong lover. I don't know if you've been in before or if you've lurked, and that's Justice is coming. So Libra, this is all balancing. This is karma. This is divine. All of those burdens. I love it. Welcome on in. I'm used to creepers, so, we'll have people in here that are stalking but don't ever actually say anything. So thank you for coming on in. I love it. Welcome to the tribe. Welcome to the vibe. I know you've got to be beautiful if you're in here, because I know the other ones that are in here and they're all gorgeous. So, yeah. Gorgeous people, like, soul-wise. You found a good spot, so come on in. All right, and I'm Lara Joe. I've got energy that's all over the place, which is what it is, but yeah, we talk about life, we talk about love, we talk about spirituality, we do tarot, Reiki, sound therapy. Today we've talked about past lives. We were talking about dreams earlier. We've talked about oil pulling today. So if you need oral health care, we've talked about that today, and I can always talk to you about that. The Hierophant. This is tapping into divine knowledge. When we think of the Hierophant, we think of the Pope. We think of enlightenment, higher knowledge. Yeah, we're all a bunch of hotties in here. We're all diverse in our backgrounds. No. More bill collectors calling. I don't know what to tell them. I don't have money for them at all. I don't know what I'm going to do about my mortgage. I'm really freaking scared. I really need big blessings coming. Okay, Hierophant. And maybe that's where I need to say I need to tap into my higher knowledge. So I love, this is very Venusian energy with Justice, which is Libra, and Hierophant, Taurus. So these are beautiful... I know. I would love to tell them to collect these nuts, because I'm tired of pain of them. I'm tired of people, like I say, I have the family that's like trying to choke me off, and I would like for them to go collect from them, because I'm like, I can't be making money because of my family constantly interfering. So go collect from the people that want the credit for all of their hard work. So Justice and Hierophant. So this is karmic justice. We know that it's coming, the scales are balancing. And we are using those swords. It's very logical. We're going to cut away anything that isn't for us. The Hierophant is using that higher knowledge and grounding into the stability and earth. Those, like I say, those are both very heavy Venus based. So I love that, since we're all a bunch of Venus creatures in here. We are here for the love. All right, Serendips. It's another major arcana. Yet this one is it's Earth too, so I know we're grounding in and we're doing the right steps, because Hermit is also about that higher knowledge, that higher learning, that knowing that we have the answers to our own medicine in our hand. We are the light. We have the light. We carry the light, and in that we are stable and grounded. Yeah. So, hopefully all of that. Did that answer everything? We are carrying that knowledge within us. It's from higher enlightenment, and we have the light. We don't need to seek for it elsewhere. We have it with us and within us, and no one can take that from us. When I see and think of the Hermit, I think of how we are all our own little lighthouses, how we carry the light. And we bring people into us. And then I think I'm going to pull just a few more cards from a different deck. I'm going to switch decks really quick. I am Lara Joe, SirenSong lover. Should you wish to sow into my ministry, is greatly appreciated. This is the only way that I am making money, and right now, due to life circumstances and interference, my money is choked off, and I need every little extra cent I can get. I'm facing homelessness, which if I lose my home, I don't know how I'm going to keep going to deliver the message. And that's what terrifies me. And I don't just have a home for me. I have 6 guardians. I'm the guardian of the guardians. So I have 6 guardians, plus I have children. So I'm really freaked out right now. Financial love, energy, currency is greatly appreciated. Any help from any direction is greatly appreciated. So we're going to hop into the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle. I love this deck. We're going to hop in and see what we need here. Ooh, okay, that was way too many, but we'll take some of those. I'm not taking all of those. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. And for me, okay, so my first ever, and actually, you know what, I'm going to get that down. Zyra, this is calling to me for you. Dear Spirit, this was, bring a gentle touch. This was the first drum I birthed on my journey. So in my spiritual journey, this was the first drum that I birthed, the Dear Spirit. And when I initiated that wedding, I had spoken on how I initiated a wedding for the Freemasons. I had taken that drum with me to initiate that wedding, and that was incorporated into the wedding ceremony, was the female Deer Spirit, because I had seen deers before the wedding. I was out meditating in the forest before the wedding, and I looked up and there were deers. And then so my friend was drumming for us because there was weather and the PA, like the sound system had been knocked out. And she was drumming for me, and as the wedding processional was walking up the aisle, there was a whole family of 4. Now, mind you, this was a family of 4 because it was a woman, her fiance, a child from a previous, and then their kid together. The family of 4. Zyra, I would love to talk to you, because there's some big shit going on in my life with the Masons. But as they were walking up the aisle, that there was a deer family of 4 that was going up the side next to them. And it was just like, I knew I was right where I needed to be. And while I had never met the Masons before, and like I say, I got pegged by them as a high priestess, and my life has not been the same since then, because they don't like what I stand for or what I have to offer, and I definitely didn't want to work with them. But it definitely was an eye-opener to me that I was on the right path. Because dear, it's like you get the message. I'm very much a synchronicity woman, and I do definitely have, I call to people right when I need to. So the fact that like you and I connect is but yes, so Zyra, I definitely do want to talk to you about that situation if possible. So Snake Spirit, time to heal, time to shed, time to let go of anything that is not holding us in the proper capacity. I'm not gonna read all of these, but these are all these are all the ones that fell on the floor. Let me grab my deer drum down though, because I do want to show you, and I do want to maybe drum for a second. And I have another drum to birth, but I'm waiting for my masculine to wake the fuck up and get home to me. Whoever and wherever he is right now. Yeah, that is a lot of animal blessings. I'm not reading through all of them though. So this is my deer drum. I birthed this, and I definitely would never have done that before, but this is my deer drum. And then I'll just play. So this gal is for healing generational trauma and curses. So I'll just play a little tiny bit. If you feel any humming in your heart, let it go. And I also have, so this one I just bought, but I do have, like I say, I have another one that I'm ready to birth. I'm just waiting for my masculine. So if any of you are my masculine, get home. We've got a drum to birth. I've got a birth. I'm a doula. Let's go. Yes. All right, Serendips. Maybe this is your time to dance. Okay. Okay, so that's healing generational trauma. That is my girl that I birthed for that. So whenever I'm drumming, that's calling you home. We're calling you home. Yeah. Yes. So the thing that I love to do, I am going to be that grandma because I do this with kids too. My kids are old. So God bless you for having a baby. And I'm definitely going to, I brought my other drum over, so I'll do this. This is the karma drum. So what I love to do with babies, I have a sound basket. And actually, I'll pull that out. But, so one of the things I love to do with babies, and I know when I become a grandma, because like I say, I'm old enough to be there, sadly, I have a basket with just drum tools. So, like, for the little kiddos, I have a egg shaker that's like plastic that they can rattle. But I have this, too. And let me see if I can find my... I'm like the sound girl. If you guys ever want to hear sound stuff, I've got tons of sound stuff. But, so the Kwaka babies love this. Because they can... Yeah, I have multiples of these. I also have, hold on. I mean, all kinds of things, but... So, Adolos, you can find the Kwakas. They're on Amazon. And I love it for the babies. I love the Kwakas for the babies because they do love it. They love to hear the croaking. And then tingas. I love tingas. Just for clearing energy. And then... let me see. Oh, there it is. This. Okay, so... these, ironically, I got this for 50 cents at Hobby Lobby. But it's beautiful for shaking off energy. Like, if you feel stuck energy, I love to shake to release. Okay? So, this is simple sound tools that I love to use, but this is part of what I use in my sound practice and my Reiki and my healing. I also have a shit ton of sound bowls, which, that's my... see why I tell you guys I need y'all to make a road trip here so we can do some weird healing shit. Come on now, I've got tons of toys to play with. I know, nobody can ever get here, but I've got tons of toys to play with, so. Yes! That's the thunder drum. Yeah. Yeah. We'll hop into the, and I may pull another animal one in a moment. We'll see. I'm trying to clean up some of that mess from earlier. Canary came out earlier, and Canary is sing your own song. Yeah. Well, okay. I've always been called weird, though. So, like, when I like music stuff like this, like, I've been told that I'm weird, and that nobody likes that. So, do you know how many years I've not drummed for people? Actually, let's just put that way. Do you know how many years I've not drummed for people or done sound stuff for people? Yeah. I found my tribe, apparently. I'm going to start jumping. I'm going to start drumming again. I am going to head out probably kind of soon just because I've been in for a while and my animals probably need some loving. They've been having a hard time too. My dog has been having a hard time the last few days. So he's stressed out. I'm stressed out. It's all just a shit. Anyway. Hey, if you guys have friends that you think would like this channel, please, by all means, like, recommend me to them. Because I'm 10 followers away from impact. So if I can get 10 more followers, not on this live, but just 10 more followers, that actually helps me hit a peak on Twitch. And if you can please go like or subscribe on YouTube, that would be greatly appreciated. Or if you know someone that would also enjoy the vibe and would like to subscribe over there, that's greatly appreciated. When I went through my divorce and everything, thank you, Zyra. I love you, sir. Yeah. I need to get my subscribers up on all of my platforms. So if you have friends or anybody that may benefit, please recommend them. And I say all that because I really do need help just getting numbers going. When I went through my divorce, I talk about this often, but because my ex and my family and everybody grouped together to work against me, I went from almost 900 people on Facebook down to 60. So I used to be very social. I used to be very popular. I used to know a lot of people. This wouldn't have been hard 3 years ago, but after everything went on with my ex and I knew that I couldn't trust anyone, I pared down my list a lot. Like, I had a best friend for 33 years and I walked away from her because her allegiance was to my ex and my family and not me. So if you can help with numbers, it's greatly appreciated. All right, so I'm going to drum. So this is the karmic drum, and she's named Lorraine. So let's just drive out the karmics right now. Yeah, I know it only allows... Can you follow me, Mordecai, over on YouTube, love? Because that would help out greatly, too. But if you have any friends, family that may benefit, please recommend them so they can come follow. I just need to get some numbers because, like I say, I'm like 10 followers away from hitting a peak or, like, the next point where I think there's something that actually happens with that I may be able to start getting paid. I'm not sure, but I think on here, at least, I'm like 10 followers away from being able to maybe start making some money. So yeah, if I could get that there. And then when I get more followers on YouTube, then I can actually start live broadcasting out on YouTube. So I need to get followers over there too. You guys don't ever have to watch me, but the more places that I can get out, the more people I can reach, the more people I can bring loving to. Yeah, so I'm pretty close, but I need help. So please help in any way that you can. Hiya. I'm not even going to try and say. I love that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So let's drum for the here really quick. This is not a drum that I made, but it is definitely one that I have in my cartery of villains. and or healing. Nice to meet you. I'm just going to call you X-Man. Okay. Ooh, before I jump, I'm going to make 2 points because movies parallel real life. So I'm going to drop some spoilers on the new Wolverine Deadpool. So just bear for 1 second. But there was a lesson that came out of that hit me. Thank you for following Remy. Thank you. And my Discord is in the chat. If you ever want a Discord, we can connect there. Also, if you want to donate, I greatly appreciate it. That's how I make my money. And right now, it's like if I'm not making money and I'm not making that much, like I need exponential amounts of money. But that's how I keep coming live to be able to share with you. I need all of the financial flow coming. So one thing I wanted to talk about, the other day somebody was on TikTok and they were saying for whom the bell tolls, and they were saying bells are evil. No, think back to Spider-Man with Venom. What did the bells do to Venom? Right? It drives it out. So those bells are driving out that dark, sticky, icky sludge. So don't let sound frequencies scare you again. Or scary, I don't know why I said, I'm so sorry, Mordecai. I said again off of yours. The only thing is if you unfollow and then download again, I think it doesn't work that way. I don't know. But so the bells that drives, it's that sound it drives. It casts that spell out. It casts that ick out. Yeah, so anything sound, it's breaking up that vibration. Number 2, so I was going to bring up with the Deadpool X-Men thing. And the biggest thing that I took away from that, Wolverine was a watcher and he failed the mission of protecting the kids. And because he was an alcoholic and he was drunk at the bar. And that was so, like, parallel to like what happened in my life, right? Is that my ex was too busy getting drunk and the kids and I were slaughtered. I know, I didn't mean to but in like the newest one, it wasn't about Wolverine. He was never the hero. He was a derelict. It was always about Deadpool and their universe. And I would love to say I am Deadpool. All right. So don't be Wolverine. Don't let don't let the children and the women be slaughtered when you're supposed to be on guard, being a watcher. X-Men are our watchers. They just bring it to us in movies so that we think it's entertainment when it's actual reality. There's real life to it, my loves. Anyway, I know. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, we're going to do a little karmic drumming here. And then we'll... Alrighty. She doesn't sound as rich as my other one right now. I just threw that out of my hand. Whew. I think that's a sign that one, she sounds tight and she sounds pingy. So either she might be too damp, but I think she's just not. Okay. Yeah, I yeeted that. I was like, nope. It's the war drum. We are calling battle cries. We are calling in our people. We're calling in our love. Yes, we're getting ready for war. I'm gonna switch drums though, cause this one, she don't sound like she wants to. Or actually, okay, one more tool, and then we'll get into a few more cards, and then I'm gonna hop out because it's been a long stream today. Thank you. I appreciate that greatly, my friend. All right. So let's do a little throat chakra clearing. So the throat is how we communicate. Mordecai, here or on, you can share a link in here. I am going to hop out pretty soon. So we're going to do a throat chakra clearage. Throat, that's how we communicate our vibration most powerfully to the world, besides what we radiate out from ourselves. But this is how we open those clear channels, okay? So I want you to take a big breath in and blow it out. Take another big breath in. Mordecai just didn't want to hear me say, let it go, I think. Release any tension in your throat you've been holding on to. Release any fear that has been gripping your vocal cords and let it go. Allow our communication to be free, open, direct, and powerful. Allow all of our greatest manifestations to come in. I know. Go do some Reiki, baby, on yourself and your baby and any animals within your atmosphere. Or go outside and release that energy. If you've got warm Reiki hands, I'm a Reiki hands. So yeah, my hands will start to I'll start to itch and vibrate. So I love it's a delicious feeling. Delicious. How are you creating your love, your life, your opus with your hands? Are you sculpting the most beautiful life for you and your child and your lover? Mordecai, can you send me that on Discord, Mordecai? Just so I don't lose it, my love. I'm so sorry. I know I'm asking you to do double work. Yes. I know he's a beautiful, sweet soul, my love. I know. I don't like to talk about a lot of stuff, but I don't like to talk about things that people have, but I've been called Divine Mother before, Divine Earth Mother, and I definitely attract that too. So I know your baby's beautiful, and I know you are. I know you're a divine mother too, especially whether you're masculine or feminine. Mordecai, the only thing I'm afraid of is that when I close out of this chat, I'm afraid that your link is going to go away. That's my fear. But I don't know. I don't want to make you read down anything. I'm just afraid that when I close out of this chat, that link is going to go away, and I really do want to investigate it. I just can't do it right now. That's the only... or you can actually send me a whisper here. You can send me a message here. Yeah, so it's good. You can send me a message here. I forgot about that. Okay. And Mordecai, I didn't even sing your song today, my love. I only said it once. Apparently it's rattling something out from my doggo too. Okay. I forgot, you can whisper me here. I forgot about that. I do like Discord. I'm the worst at keeping up with messages. I messed with you while you were gone? I messaged you. I didn't mess with you. Did I? I didn't mean to. Okay. A few more cards from the Spirit Animal Pocket Oracle, and then I'm gonna get out. I didn't... Are you, saying I energetically messed with you? Because I don't mess with people. People can do their own freaking thing. Alright. Well, so I have a lot of people that I've walked away from, and then their life falls apart, and they think that I hex them. And I'm like, yeah, you're not worth the herbs, the oils, the energy to send hexes when you leave me. Your life fell apart because I took my divine intervention up off of you. I stopped praying for you. So that's why a lot of people, like I say, they do part ways with me, and then they think that I'm messing with them or hexing them. I'm like, yep, no. Yes, they usually do hex themselves, but, oh, okay. Well, you're still back, right? You left, but you're still back. Yes, that's why it's called spelling. Yes. I have, like I say, a lot of people that their life fell apart, and I was like, no, that's because the angels that were protecting you because I loved you, they're up off of you now. So you just reminded me, though, I need to text my lawyer to check on some paperwork because, yes, speak only love and light over you. Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Remember to play in the tides of life, okay? And then let's see. I love the kois on the floor over there too. Hummingbird Spirit, be here now. You can't fix the past. You don't know what's coming in the future. The only thing you can do is focus on what's in front of you right now. Yeah. Yes, that's a huge lesson. So, burps are confirmation for me. Let me grab this. Dolos, yes, that's what I've been telling a lot of the men and just anyone I run across. It's breathe, rest, drink your water, meditate, create. So, we need to be resting as much as possible. And so, for me, it's really hard for me to rest. So I have to intentionally rest. Even if I'm exhausted, still have a hard time. Koi Spirit. There is always enough. Koi Spirit. There is always enough. So be here now. Be playful. There is always enough. Okay. Those are the last two cards. I'm going to sit and probably chat for a minute, and then I'm going to get out. Chameleon Spirit. Act as if. Act as if it's already yours. Believe it. Yeah. Act as if it's already yours and believe it. And then, yeah, so I'm one of those, Mordecai, if you were here, I would have you barefoot in that grass doing yoga in the sun with me. I do have, that's the thing I love about my property and why I'm really sad. And like, I don't want to lose this property. Like, this property is very magical. I need to get the money going and flowing, because it's like, I want to be out. I would love to be, instead of sitting in my chair in here doing this, I would love being out in the yard and doing energy clears and yoga with you guys. Because I would be out, taking it outside in the yard to do it. I'm just not there yet. Cat Spirit, claim your independence. Claim your independence. So, yoga is incredibly helpful. And you know what? When we get off, I can drop a yoga video that I normally do, except for that one's a Kundalini. So yeah, don't feel weird. Nobody's judging you. Nobody knows. Nobody cares. They're all working on their own thing. I'm going to tell you, in yoga, depending on what pose you're doing, like, you're so afraid of like farting sometimes, but I'm going to tell you that other people are too. So don't feel weird. Everybody feels weird when they do yoga. Everybody feels slightly tense until they get into it. Yeah, okay. Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. I love that for us. That's the last card I'm going to pull on all of this energy. And while I'm clearing up, if we can just do chat. We can just chat for the last little bit. But, yeah, so Rabbit Spirit, now is a lucky time. I'm stopping on that because, yes, yoga is for everyone. I freaking love yoga. No, yoga isn't for women. Yoga is for everyone. Oh man, like, I know that all of this wants to flow. Like, I know luck wants to flow in. I know love wants to flow in. I know abundance wants to flow in. It is terrifying. Ooh, and then, yeah, I do a lot of Kundalini yoga, which is fiery. Peacock Spirit, let it shine. I know I said rabbit with lucky spirit was the last one I was going to pull, but peacock. I'm very much a peacock. If actually, I may stay. If you guys want, I can stand up and show you kind of my phoenix tattoo, which is very peacock / phoenix inspired. Yeah. Kundalini is a good one for awakening your soul and your pineal gland. Because that's a lot of Kundalini, I feel, is working on your pineal gland. So if you need decalcification and pineal, that's a perfect practice for that. It can be very strong. Like bring a lot of intense emotion. Yeah. Anyhow. I'm going to start kind of cleaning up a little bit. Just hanging out for the last little minute or two. I'm so glad everybody came in. We had a good stream. It was a long stream today, which is not as normal for me. To be honest, I was not feeling like streaming today, but I also knew I needed to hop in and deliver messages, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad you guys came. So I guess that if that goes to show that I show up on the really hard days, even when I don't want to, I still show up. I may cry about it, and actually let that be the yes. Please, only positive energy and healing is, I'm always appreciative for that. I will tell you, anything that negatively is sent to me, it gets blocked by my ancestors, and my ancestors block it in really heavy ways. So anyone that ever tries to like hurt me, they end up getting hurt. And I've got receipts to verify that. I guess if anything, I show up. Even when it's messy, I show up when I'm exhausted. I show up when it's hard. I know my streams can sometimes be all over the place, but I guess that's the point, is I show up. And I'm thankful you guys show up. And I'm thankful... yeah, my ancestors are fiercely protective. There's been a lot of drama with my kids, and my ancestors will bounce my kids out too. And when my kids are being like harmful and disrespectful to me, and this is my own children, but my ancestors will bounce them. Like, my kid was being super disrespectful, and then one of my cats took a huge bloody swirly on her bed right before she went to school, and she got really mad, and I was like, well, you were, just like, the cat shit on my bed, and I'm like, that's because you're basically shitting on her bed by being disrespectful to me in my home. So my ancestors, like, they bounce people hard. So I always tell people, I'm like, don't mess with me, because I'm not gonna lift a finger. My ancestors will, and they're going to clean your fucking clock, because they don't play about me. And that's not meant to sound like bravado, false, anything. That's like, I've watched people send me death, and then I've watched how it's returned to them. Well, so the funny story about that, because they were, like, I have two youngers, and the one, like, they have, like, an antagonistic relationship with each other. They have an antagonistic relationship with me. And so the one cat pooped on the one kid's bed because she was just being nasty and disrespectful and rude. And the other kid was, like, laughing and ha ha ha, and, like, she kept, like, goading the cat to do it again. Well, so one of the other cats went and duked on her bed. Now, and they both got mad, but like, bro, you guys were the ones with a bad attitude, and I was the one that had to take all your shit to the laundromat. So they were, like, complaining, but it was like, I thought it was funny, but it was also the one that had to do the cleanup, and they were so pissy, and I'm like, bro, stop being a jerk, and the cats will stop acting like jerks. That's just a tiny little lesson of that, so. Nice. Yeah, it's not just little girls, Mordecai. Little boys are awful too. But this is, again, where we all need to be accountable for ourselves, or be willing to hold each other accountable. Like, that's the biggest thing. If I love you and I want you in my life, I'll hold you accountable. Even if you don't like me, I'll be the bad guy to say, hey, you're not acting right. But I also, if it becomes detrimental to me, I'll also be like, hey, I'm out. You can figure out how to fix it on your own. And miserable people do have, like, that instant return. As tall as, I feel like you and I kind of are on that same wavelength. And I am going to tell you, there are other Libras in here. So you are in good company, my friend, with your placements. Yeah, Spirit's gonna knock people, and they don't realize that. So, like, I do see, and that's another thing, I see a lot of stuff that I don't speak on, but I just, like, tuck it away for knowledge, because then I see how it plays out long term. And as a Libra, we can see how it plays out long term. Like, when I broke up with my last boyfriend, and he was saying all kinds of shit, but when I talked to him, like, when I dated him, I was like, hey, these are things you have to watch out for. And when we parted ways, like, I had said to him, no man that's ever done me wrong has done better after leaving me. And he said something, I was like, I can prove that. I can look at the track record and see how those people have turned out after doing me wrong. So, and he oh, you don't know, you're talking about, no, I do. I've got 20 plus years of track record to see what happened with that guy when I called it out and I said, hey, this is going to happen. It did. So it's weird. Yeah. So I'm going to say this about like the Mean Girls part of it. My girls, so I have 3 kids. And I didn't raise them to be mean girls. But then my family had unfettered access to them for over a year without me in the picture, and they turned them into mean girls. And that's what breaks my heart. And I've told those girls that they've turned into mean girls, and they just don't believe it, and they laugh, and like, you don't know anything. And it's like, I didn't raise you to be like this. And the fact that you did, it breaks my heart. I know I'm a good mom, but right now my kids are separated from me and it breaks my heart. Like, dropping my kids off. Okay, so my ex has taken my kids and withheld them from me on multiple occasions. And it's always I hate, because he has full custody, and I hate dropping them off because it's like, every time I drop them off, I don't know if I'm ever going to see my kids again. Every time I hate dropping my kids off, and every time I drop my kids off, I never know if I'm going to see them again. Yeah, it's... Unfortunately, Mordecai, I had so many people brainwash my kids, whole families. So while I tried to instill love and faith and hope in them, I couldn't overpower the people that were constantly in their ear for over a year, just talking shit. You can mess with me, but don't mess with my kids, the people I love. Yeah. My ex has done everything to break me. And like I say, dropping my kids off, I hate it. It makes me so mad every time because I never know if I'm getting my kids back. Or if they're going to hurt themselves, or if something's going to happen to them. And I know that that's all like things I can't really worry about, yet I do. Because I don't know if they're safe. Yeah, well, the court system, the lawyers, the police officers, sheriff, they're all in his pocket with my family. So they should not be able to get worried about this, but they should not be able to get away with this, but they do. And I fucking hate it. I'm waiting for this whole broken system to be dissolved. Like, the whole legal system, it just all needs reformation. Because in the lowest of the low, it's a grown-ass man using children to harm me. That's what pisses me off, too. And my kids buy it hook, line, and sinker every time. So it's like, even though they know I'm the parent that was always there for them, they know I'm the parent that... And that's probably actually why they treat me so horribly, is because they know I do always love them and I will always be there for them. But the shit that they've said and done is horrifying. Yeah. We need other men to hold other men accountable. Like, that's the biggest thing. Like, we need men to be able to hold men accountable, because it's like, unchecked power allows for abuse and corruption. And Adolos, like, if I talked about all of the shit my ex does and did, and I talk about it a lot, but he's really done the most and the worst, and no one's stopping him. And that's what's so fucking frustrating, is that
they all just give him a free pass. And it's not just him, it's like it's a bunch, but yeah. Yeah, injustice infuriates me. And so, like, injustice infuriates me. That's part of a Libra. That's also because I've had a lot of freaking trauma. And life hasn't been fair or just. And then I keep hearing, Mordecai, you are probably in the safest fucking place ever. As long as you don't do, like, some petty shit, you are in the safest place ever. So, being surrounded by a bunch of Libras is a beautiful place to be, my love. And it's actually, maybe that's what that is. Maybe all of us Libras are meant to be rising up to fight for justice. Let me check my messages, make sure I don't have to pick up a kid today. Hold on. That's the other part. I don't live anywhere close to my ex, but and I definitely don't have the money to be right around to get those kids, but he's got me doing that. He has me wasting my time, my money, and my energy all over the place, so yeah, but Libras love Aries, whether you realize it or not. You guys are a counterpart. You're not crazy, but you just gotta not be. There's some things. Libras and Aries, we work together really well. And I'm gonna drop this because none of the signs can move without air signs. None of the signs can move without air signs. Fire doesn't spread, earth doesn't move, water doesn't move. So for as much a crap as people give us, it's like you wouldn't be anywhere without us driving you. And air is communication and logic and intelligence. So yeah. Yep. All these people want to be like, oh, air signs. No, you wouldn't have shit without us. So, not rain. So, I don't know. Yeah. So, like, Sarah and Dips and I were talking yesterday. Like, I've got heavy air, but I also had, like, I was counterparted to, like, a heavy water. And it's definitely been something. And then we had fire sign kids. But that seems to be a repetitive pattern in other families, too. So it is weird how they all kind of play out. But anyway. All right, my loves. Thank you so much for being in. Thank you so much for hanging out. I've had... Yeah. So one of my sons, I won't put out your flames, but we definitely have to figure out how to peacefully cohabitate air with flames so that we aren't burning down whole forests. Yeah. My son is earth placement, and it's weird too. So thank you guys for coming in. If you can book a service, please do. That's at SirenSongLover@yahoo.com. If you can donate to the ministry, please do. All donations are so greatly appreciated. I definitely send out healing, love, light from me and my ancestors. Energy and currency flow is just, money is the same flow as currency, obviously, and love. So it's, please be donating if you can. That can be done at Cash App at Siren, capital S, Song, capital S, Lover, capital L. Thank you for coming and joining me today, guys. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Mordecai, I miss you, man. And if you don't come back to me, I will start witching you with Let It Go. Ha ha ha. Just kidding. I won't harass you like that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being in. Have a great day. Bye. Don't test me, Mordecai.
The beatings shall commence until morale improves. Have a great day, guys. Be sassy.